Welcome back to AFL Supercoach. I suspect that this video is going to cop some criticism. Um, I didn't expect to make a video this quickly after releasing one yesterday, but from what I'm seeing, I felt like I had to say something. The overreaction from last night's games is just absolutely astounding. You would think that nobody ever learns anything from years past or whatever. Obviously, I'll be the first to admit that I've fallen into this trap before of overreacting to practice games, but at some point you have to learn from your mistakes. So this spreadsheet here, can anyone guess what you are looking at? If you guess that this is some scores from the final practice games of last season, then you're correct. So on the left, we have these players who scored pretty badly or pretty average in their final practice games and then went on to be good picks. I've included game time here so that people can't just say, oh, well, you know, they had low game time or whatever. No, I'm ahead of you on this one. So Sard here, admittedly, I had him. He wasn't the greatest pick in the end, but that was only through injury. He was averaging like 115 or something across the first month. So you wouldn't have guessed that based off of this last practice game score. So yeah, Sheasel, a lot of people didn't start with him, probably partly based on this. I was one of them. LDU, we know what he went on to do until he got injured, unfortunately. Zeeble, English, look at that, 75. Now, that's pretty similar to what Grundy scored last night. Not too far off. Everyone's jumping off Grundy, and Grundy is like a lot cheaper than English was, so I don't understand it. I am going to review last night's games, and I'll try and do it a lot quicker than last time, but I think this is the main point to take out of it, is stop getting sucked in by practice games. It's just complete overreaction. Look, Butters 67, Houston 72, Sinclair 59. It speaks for itself. I don't even have to really explain it. And then, I included Chandler here from Melbourne because he ended up being one of the rookie picks of the year. I think if you didn't start with him and didn't manage to get on him, that really cost a lot of people. So, let me just say that if a rookie last night had have scored 46, would you think that he was going to be a must-have rookie? Probably not. So this is why we shouldn't really read into it all that much. Again, we're just looking for job security and role more than anything. So these guys on the right, these are the flip side. These are the players that scored really well in that final practice game of last year. Tanner Bruin sucked in so many people. And admittedly, it wasn't really his fault. I think Chris Scott just completely misused him. I've included Laddams because he scored decently again last night, and that's putting people off with the Grundy pick. But if you think back to what happened in 2023, Laddams barely got a go. And so he got a 91 or 56% game time there, which is absolutely elite. But, you know, these are practice games. They're not the real thing. You have guys like Grundy last night. It's stinking hot. It's like 80 degrees or something. I don't know. The game, it was hot enough that they moved the game later. If you get a guy like that who knows that they're the number one ruck and you're cemented in the team, like think if you guys out there play football, you know what it's like, right? You get in a trial game or an internal trial. If you're established in the team, you're not going 100%. It's for the guys that are trying to break into the team and cement a spot. They're going to be trying hard. So why would you push yourself 1 week from the first game in the real season, for like in Sydney's case, in the heat like that? There's just no point. Why would you bother? So Hewitt, he did it again the other night. He got a good score. He got a good score last year, and we know last year he ended up falling in a hole. Callahan sucked in a lot of people. I had him in my team until basically the eve of round 1 last year, I believe. Ware from GWS as well, he got a 97 and would have been a popular pick, I think, from memory. Isaac Cumming fell off a cliff. Flanders 103. Now he ended up being good in those last however many games it was, but the start of the year he was just shit. I started with him and I regret it. So I'm not going to go through all of these. Just look at them all though. And look, so many traps, not relevant. All of that. Stop paying so much attention to practice games. You spend all this time watching YouTube videos and doing research and listening to podcasts and stuff for the whole of the off-season and pre-season. And then everyone's willing to throw it, well, not everyone, some people are willing to throw it down the drain because of watching one practice match. I don't get it. I really don't. So I'll move on now and get into last night's games. Golden is a pig. Yeah, don't need to say much about him. James Jordan, he's not in my team, but having watched that last night, maybe I'll have to try and find room for him now. He might come in for Harms, I think. I don't know. See how Harms goes. Maybe even end up with both. I don't know. Try not to pay too much attention to practice games, but, you know, he looks like he has got the good job security and pretty good role, all that. Matt Roberts, 100, so coming off the halfback, he's currently in my team. He's just cemented himself. I think, yeah, he'll be a popular pick because of last night. Grundy, as I said, do not worry about this. He played 60% of game time, 65 Supercoach. He had 27 hitouts. He's 100%. He's not trying as hard as he could. It's just, it would be stupid, and honestly, I'd be worried about him if he was trying in that game. There's not too much else here, I guess. Sheldrick, 43 from 78%. I know some people wanted to have him as a pod. He was pretty, a bit of a popular pod there, if there such a thing exists. But I think George was actually keen on him at one point, but I can't see him being picked now. Taylor Adams, he's injured already. I said he'd be a trap. Well, this isn't soft tissue injury though. Left knee injury. So anyway, he is injury prone though. Not much else on here. Brisbane. So Hugh McCluggage, 162. He's clearly taking Ashcroft's CBAs as he did last year. I said this would happen. I don't know why people are still debating over who's going to take it. It's clearly Ashcroft. It's clearly McCluggage. Now, he scored 162. By the same logic as people dropping Flanders and Grundy out of their teams based on last night, are you going to put McCluggage in because he scored really well? If you're not, then try and apply the same logic. Lockie Neal, pretty good comeback. Just shows how elite that guy is, but I don't think he's a pick anymore. Lohman, 99. He's kind of come from nowhere. Could be a forward option. I'm not sure about his job security. Probably not going to score like that every week, but we get to look at him in round 0, so definitely keep an eye on him. Coleman, not his greatest score, but he definitely looks like his floor has elevated big time. So I think it's like the final games of last year and the two practice games, he is doing a lot better. So he could be a pick maybe if like the Hayden Young thing doesn't work out. See what happens this week. He could be an option, but I still don't like the buy. There's not much else, I guess. Tunstall, he could be a pick maybe, but there's better options in the midfield, so I probably wouldn't go there. Jared Lyons, he's not going to be getting the time that we may have been hoping for, even if it was an outside chance. We know he can score when he gets in there, but he's just not getting the chance anymore. So yeah, not much else there for Brisbane. You wouldn't expect it with, a really well-balanced, strong team like Brisbane. There's not going to be a lot of opportunity. So I'll do the other game. Toby Green. I suspect he possibly could be, I'm not saying there's a hell of a lot of value there, but he could be a bit of a consistent scorer up forward, which we're kind of screaming out for. I made that point about Jared Witts in the ruck. I did a video with DR and Supercoach God the other night, so if you head to DR's page, you'll be able to see that. And I made the point there about Jared Witts that it would be nice to have someone like him up forward where you just know you're going to get a consistent 100 or something every week. There's no value there, but it's kind of what we need. So Toby Green could be that guy, I think, where he's just going to pump out like 95s or something. I don't know. I'm not picking him. The buyers are put off, but he could be that guy. Wait and see. Tom Green, he looks to be a good pick. He's going to be popular. He's just picking up where he left off. Briggs as well. If it wasn't for the Gorner Grundy thing, he'd be worth a look for me. What else is there? Riccardi, I think he's an outside chance to go big in the first couple of games, given their fixture. A lot of people are saying Cadman, but honestly, I can see Riccardi getting the bag, not Cadman. Whitfield was pretty quiet, although he only played half a game, so 78 in a half is pretty damn good, actually. Cornelio back to his best, 24 disposals, 54% efficiency. So, he's always going to be scoring better in fantasy, I think. Jacob Ware, 55. He's in my team, so that's, not too encouraging, but I think his job security is not too bad. They got a few injuries, so he should keep that wing role, at least for a few weeks. Might have to assess that one again, but yeah, no knee-jerk reactions from one practice game. Cadman quiet, he's a key forward. It's going to happen. Still probably not the worst pick in the world. He's probably a better pick than what I expected, but I'm probably not going there. Now, Alex Sexton, he was already in my team, but he is now cemented. I think he's got that roll off halfback that he was meant to get, and yeah, if he can average even 90, because he's only 130 grand or something like that, perfect. That's what we needed up forward. It's a shit show. We need a rookie that we can rely on. I know he's 30, but he's rookie price. Who would have thought that, a little inconsistent forward pocket would turn into that kind of player off the halfback? Real interesting. Tuke Miller, again, if it wasn't for the buy, he'd probably be in my team. His work rate is unbelievable. There's not too much else. Flanders, I guess. Yeah, a lot of people now getting rid of him, which I cannot believe. Are you really going to put more stock into one practice game a week out from round 0 than you are his finish to last year where he went nuts? Like, just weigh it up. That's all I'm saying. Buderick, I don't think he is the pick people thought he would be now. He just looks like a general defender, right? He's not the distributor. Like, Sexton looks to be the guy that they're getting the ball to, which I still can't believe. That it's mind-boggling. I don't know where Dimmer got that one from, but it looks good. So yeah, Sexton may have killed off Buderick as a pick. Yeah, Rao was quiet, but he's quality, so yeah. Bailey Humphrey, I don't think he's going to be what some people think. And yeah, there's not too much else there. Bodie Euland, spoke about him in the DR video as well. I don't think he's best 22, and even if he scrapes in there, he just doesn't have the scoring power. So that's about it. The main point of making the video wasn't to cap the games, as pretty much every other YouTuber has already done a review on them. The whole point of it was just to tell people to chill out, or to quote Abs Magic, just calm it down. Just remember why you did your pre-season research, and why you probably spent late nights watching YouTube and listening to podcasts. That's all I'm going to say, otherwise I'm going to get too fired up. Let me know in the comments what you think, and yeah, hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and everyone chill out.